Bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood, every breath of our lives, we've trust in God.
Anambra is here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome His Excellency and his wife. His Excellency. Welcome His Excellency.
And beatitude determines your altitude. So let me repeat myself. The attitude of gratitude leads to beatitude. And beatitude leads to altitude. Put in the simple terms. The attitude of being grateful when someone does something for you, no matter how small. I want to teach to you in yourself. Even if you think this guy is a nobody, he brought you a piece of yam, you must find a way to thank him or her. That attitude of gratitude that leads to beatitude. Beatitude is blessing. Because you're thanking the fellow, it leads to blessing. That's beatitude. And beatitude leads to altitude. That means your height in life. You understand what I mean? I want to welcome very distinguished people here. This night, basically, is twofold. First, to recognize the service commanders that serve in other cities or another parts of the country, that left here. Other states, that left here. And, well, people for the other people, I said, you've seen what we're doing here. That's you've carried water and wine. You should know which one is heavier. Amelia, I know you're missing here. But Tochi is fully trained already. So she not allow you to come back. But let me tell you what is good. I have always believed that from my training in the banking industry, I served the banking industry for 23 years. And the oil and gas industry for 10 years. I was the roving auditor, auditing technical petroleum facilities all over the world. So when I see people, I laugh at them because I've seen everywhere this. I say, why you come say Chile? I say, okay, no problem. We've gone to a facility in Chile. We've gone to everywhere. But beyond that, I started the banking industry for 24 years, 11 of which I was number 2 man, executive director. In this industry, you hardly find any executive director that will last after 4 years or 5 years. But I stayed for 11 years. And I am not good. So I am really deeply appreciating of people. What people, you call them at night and say, a bank has started to be waker. What are you doing? And they will pardon me. When I get angry, I call them names. I want to remember your city. I will call you John, stupid John. What are you doing there? Come on, march and deliver this guy. But all in the course of duty. So I'm delighted that today we are honoring them to show that the things they did here is appreciated in a little way. Even to say thank you, you'll be grateful because it's not everywhere you stand that you go, that people will call you back and say thank you. Is it not true? So I want to say thank you to these people that have been mentioned. They've been great people. There are so many of them that were not mentioned. So I welcome all of you. Then more importantly, for the first time in the Southeast, according to Tijani Baba Tijani, the commander, the Zone 9 AIG, he said that this is the first time that the PROs, everybody is here, they represent PRO of every state in Nigeria plus Federal Capital Territory. They are here. And all of them are because they told me that they had good fun in Golden Solid Hotel, our 5-star hotel.
Yes.
True or false? The only thing I didn't know was whether they saw the crocodile. Somebody came to me and said they want to walk across it. I said, no way. I don't want to take chances. You don't need the wire mesh to go behind the wire. No. I won't tolerate that. I want you, in everything you're doing, to do your best in life. Because God is seeing you. If you take money from somebody that shouldn't have taken, and think nobody is seeing you, you're wasting your time. That money will end up in sickness or whatever. So you should not try it. God, you don't try God. If God gives you a position, try and defend it. And do the things you should do. Don't abuse privileges that God has given you. Because you're all top people. And you, like I said, you came to Abule to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Alright? And I told you, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. What is power? If you say knowledge is power, I see a trailer coming, I stand with you, knowledge is power. Really? But if you apply the knowledge, you still out. Then is that not correct? Don't be confused. All this training you have a lot of experience. Except you utilize it, it is not power. I understand? Yes. You don't have. If you think you want to be there when you are there and say apply it, you are wasting your time. Be kind to the society you are applying. Don't take advantage of the people that are supposed to die. Don't connect them on one way and punish them and make them suffer and say, bring all the money you have, get down, you're a stupid man. Don't think Anambra is a place for you to come and make money if you are staying here. Because you fail. The people that are getting these awards today are not here to make money. They came here to serve the people. I want to be one of them. And in being Anambra, I'm representing all of you in Nigeria. So wherever you are posted, just know that you are there to serve the people. Like I'm there to serve the people. I'm a rich man for your information. Before I became governor, I never wanted to be one. What do I do? You know, but God said, come and do this apostolic work. I want to be president. I will applaud. But you guys have done very well. I want you guys to keep it up in various states you are. Change the face of the police in Nigeria. You guys are suffering. Every time you see a job market, the police must be there. You don't know how much he has in his pocket. He's hungry. I'm one of the governors that is preaching that police money should be double, not anything, double. Police are. And the first, when I say police, again, is generic. I'm talking about the army. So when I say police, don't say police on this one. I've used that separately. Generic. Police is army, all of you. Civil defense, correction center. I'm going to let that go. So I want all of you to, please, for this night, get the fire, Pentecost by the Christians to say, and go and bring the gospel of join hands to serve Nigeria and serving the forces, because your name has been malign in the press, social media, everywhere. when most of you are very educated and doing very good work. You know, so I'm very happy. So,
Mrs. Miriam Aldo is as the Chief Security Officer of Anambra State. This is a letter of commendation to Dr. Mrs. Aldo. As the Chief Security Officer of Anambra State, His Excellency has noted with satisfaction your exemplary preferential conduct, diligence and commitment you have exhibited in the course of performing your duties while you served as Comptroller, Nigeria Immigration Service, Anambra State Command. 2, in recognition of these efforts, His Excellency the Governor of Anambra State hereby issues you with the Executive Governor of Anambra State's commendation for exceptional services to the state.
Well, I must tell you, a very no-nonsense lady, detailed in finding out people that do not belong around here, people from Far East that entered Anambra and did something to help stop them. Among other things she did, I want to personally appreciate her contribution. And she's already been recalled to the head office, where even I have never got my wife's not here. What's me to get I'm happy that you did it. Congratulations. And this smart TV, very smart TV, is to adorn your home, to appreciate your service while you were here. You were here not for too long, but you end this, and God will bless you. God bless you.
Anambra State has noted with satisfaction the exemplary preferential conduct, diligence and commitment you exhibited in the course of performing your duties while you served as a State Commandant, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Anambra State Command. 2, in recognition of these efforts, His Excellency the Governor of Anambra State hereby issues you with the Executive Governor of Anambra State's commendation for exceptional services to the state. Congratulations.
Yeah, iPad back, come on.
Well, I want to especially let you know what this lady has done. Anytime you see her don herself in the uniform of civil defense, you will not know she's a lady. She will look like a handsome man. You know, a handsome man, you know, and under her watch, we were able to deploy to assist the police some of the what do you call it, sandbags you saw where roses are manning. If you're living here now and passing through Mando, you will see that both army, police, and civil defense are there because our initiative there. She's a no-nonsense. She's a no-nonsense lady, and the Abdullahi, his boss, her boss told me that she's going for a course because I don't want to reveal that, but I need to reveal it. Going for a course, they need to take over the command. So I want all of you to join the prayer so that she can command that place. She said, no nonsense. If you call her by 9, anytime, you know, she just salute you. I wouldn't know whether it's a woman that saluted me or you just let me meet them. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is your your pride for the good leadership you showed in Anambra. You know, only you not you saw first. Before they call you, I got to say, I don't understand the chair in my house.
As the Chief Security Officer of Anambra State, His Excellency has noted with satisfaction the exemplary preferential conduct, diligence and commitment you exhibited in the course of performing your duties while you served as the Commissioner of Police, Anambra State Command. In recognition of these efforts, His Excellency hereby issues you with the Executive Governor of Anambra State's commendation for exceptional services to the state.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, CP Ladedo came during the elections. And he worked well, you know, and at some point when we had crisis somewhere, I said, police, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Can you make sure that what is correct is delivered? And Ladedo went there and delivered. I made sure that his men didn't prevent any rigging. I don't want to mention the town, but he didn't allow anybody to mess up. He just wanted what was brought in to be counted by the various wards, accompanied by all the political parties. So because of that, I believe that somebody that is trustworthy and has the boss for the police. So it's my pleasure to give you this award. Currently, it is simply Idimo, and he wish he can come back. He always tells me that.
All right, put your hands together for him. Now, wow. The next services to the state.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big one. Anambra came here today with the IGP of police. I believe by now they should be able to Chile for Interpol conference. You know, that's why we cut most of our functions at the Premier Square, you know, quickly to be able to allow him to come and commission, to flag off the Police Institute of Finance and Management at Otuocha. Very important ceremony. But on CP Obiano, great guy, very intellectual, very technical. He likes to play with computer and what have you. He came and he tried his best to move the process, and I believe he succeeded. You know, and because of that, we are recognizing his contribution to the growth of Anambra State in security. You know, Omar is feeling that if anybody is playing you locally, you will one phone call, you will get talk to join. That's the difference between him and some other people. He has great connection with whoever up there, and comes down and gets this done. You know. And because he's a good man and has done well, and the Nigerian police have recognized him as the commander of the Interpol. So all the time he's in the air, trying to do one thing or the other, you know, for the leader of the Nigerian police. We believe we should honor him for having given him the privilege to serve in Anambra, and he did a good job. So we congratulate you, sir, as you represent.
Thank you. The next is Colonel Bassett as the Commander 302 Artillery GS Nigerian Army Corps of Artillery Onisha, Anambra State Command. And today he is the recipient of the Executive Governor of Anambra State's commendation for exceptional services to the state.
Colonel Basi Aban is a unique officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces. Colonel Asiaman is a no-nonsense fellow. One thing I like about him is I call him any time in the night. Sometimes I read my mails very late, 3, 4, depending on my mood, you know. And whatever I see then, I call him and I say, Amma, where are you guys? Say your people. They're challenging people now, be wake. Apan will make sure that those guys are there immediately. And he's always positioning his men with blala. If you don't listen, they make you listen. So he helped me in Operation Butcher, like Konebwala will help me in this second operation. He's already a very great man. He served almost 2 years or 1.5 years, you know, and you know. But I want to show people serving here that anything you do will be recognized. You know, we appreciate service to my people. You know, we appreciate service to my people. So when you work with all your heart. You know, you see the gifts we are going to, the presents we are going to give to the servicemen that lost their life, or lives, if you will, in Anambra State. We don't leave them. We give scholarships sometimes, depending on how we see it. And we do things to make sure that those guys will remember they served in Anambra, even if they served anywhere in Nigeria. No place is like Anambra. A round of applause, please. So I really will, at least you can see somebody with a pin in the back. You can't sit anywhere else. Look at him walking. And sometimes he can move like floats. He floats like Michael Jackson. They are part of the fun. You know. So I want to thank Colonel Boala for representing his immediate past commander. He's done in a program, and I believe after that program, God willing, he'll become a general. You know, and Anambra is producing generals all over. All of them from Fege. Fege is now a general. All of them passed and became a general. If you have a good handshake with me, you become a major general. So Baba will soon become a major general. And if you shake me, Sule here, before he came, he never had a promotion. Here he got 2 promotions. All of them are not here. The later died, unfortunately, no safety. Died in Asaba, Abo area. You know, about 1.5 years now. Time flies, you know. He was a great guy. Very great guy. From nowhere, because the wife put to bed, and he wanted to go and see the wife. He had an accident in Abo. A whole race safety, having an accident. You know, that's not, but God is all-knowing. You know, so I congratulate all of you. So can you tell your colleague that we recognize his contribution? And everywhere he has Anambra, let him defend us. Where they are sharing something, let him bring a large portion for us. Well done. And this TV is for him. Congratulations. Thank you.
Put your hands together for
Navy Captain Abudu.
yes. He's been recognized for performing his duties while he served as commanding officer, Naval Outpost on the Anambra State Command.
Well, this award is being received by Navy Captain Abudu, the incumbent commander of Nigerian Navy station at Obiano, which is called Port of Onitsha and other stuff. But let me tell you about Mohammed. Great guy. It was under him that we gave the Navy the gunboat, super gunboat. Only military buys it for anybody, but I bought it for the Navy to be able to protect our workers. Some strengths that deliberately tied a white cloth around a big tree and said it's an oracle. And they were defending that place, and they were preventing the army, navy, and whatever, from going in there. And I passed by the waterways with him, and I told him, wow, that place, as soon as I land on ground, go back and pick all of them. And it was a big discovery. So when you see people tie, say, this oracle, they keep arms, all those things inside that place. Abudu did it, great guy, but it's not your award though. This one is the other guy. This one will be your own. This one will be your own. This one, when your own come, maybe motor will be inside. All right. So we thank you. We wish Mami very well. Great officer. These are guys, I see very well. These are guys that do not need. When I say I mean Navy, they all, I mean represent everybody. That's the kind of people they need. Very straightforward in what they're doing, articulate, focused, and they will come to you and listen to your brief and they go and deliver. And come back and say, have I delivered? This guy does that. Abudu, you must do the same, and God will bless you. Well, most of you will know Mr. Yusuf Isiaku, a Ghanaian, very professional officer. He doesn't discriminate, he looks for the facts. I made him the chairman of Cattle Menace Committee in 2016, and he served well on that committee. Some of the resolutions we had that made Anambra, fly above all those cattle issues all over Nigeria came under his watch. No AK-47 to Anambra. If you come, we declare you a criminal and put you down. If you destroy anybody's farm, if you are properly approved into coming into that place, you pay compensations. If in any manner somebody dies, it's a police matter. Police will handle that. But just to help you take care of whoever, we pay 500,000 naira. Among other things we have put in place. And those things worked. The guys that came with Kalashnikov, because everybody talks about AK-47, I want to give you a new name this night, Kalashnikov. I don't even know how to pronounce it. If you don't know how to pronounce it, call it Cutlass or Kalashnikov. But you just move your mouth left and move it right, then you get it. And they've done very well. Yusuf is a great guy. They moved him first. In 2 days they returned him. And in another 6 months they removed him again. And now he's doing a great job in Bayelsa as the guy commanding there. I believe he delivered the election appropriately because he's a very strict, no-nonsense guy. Doesn't believe in anything. Very good guy. So because of his efforts in Anambra State in fighting crime, his men, like I'm sure Hassan will be doing, his men always give police enough information to pick these bad people. Gives the coordinates, gives everything, and with ease, police will go for a raid, nobody will be injured, or pick the guys. Yusuf Isiaku started it, and he did very well. Of course, I must be fair, before Yusuf, there were 2 more, Adeke and Caleb is exceptional, that's a very good guy. And the one other guy, they're all very good. I want to say that those trains, since I became governor, did very well. Sometimes when you are doing well in Anambra, I don't know who jealouses you. Before you sit down, they remove you and put another fellow. But I pray that God will confuse those people that are removing good people from Anambra so that they will not remove anybody. John, I know you are smiling, John, Abba, the CP. Because when they see you are settled, now you are cutting my hairstyle. They will remove you. Before you know it, they will call you to Abuja and give you one bobo pussy Boronu, and I wish you well. Boronu is Nigeria. Somebody has to submit that place. I don't have a problem with that. So I thank you. Hassan, great officer, great guy. Tell him, thank you, Hassan. This is the new DSS commander. Thank you. Well, CP Danara, a great guy. He also came before the election and settled down for 2 months. They removed him. Then they brought him back after the election. And before he could really settle down, they removed him again and took him to, I think it's River State now. I believe that all this movement is because he's very good. And even for the short time he was here, he did very well. Related well with the governor. I invited him anytime I want and challenge them like I do. Even this night, before some of them gets to Oka, they will come back here and give you a brief of what has happened somewhere, if any. They will be praying that nothing happens because the governor will call them, you know. And I want to really appreciate that Dara. Great officer. These are some men that the police force should be proud of. At least under my watch, he did very well. Under my watch, he did very well. Under my watch, he did very well. You know, so I really want to appreciate it. And in line with the normal appreciation, this is the 5-inch television that is super smart. Like I give everything I do is super smart. Even the way I walk is super smart. You know, so, this is not for your house, so this is for Anambra, and the police are here, they will bear me witness. Police is only looking for witness. Where is the witness? So well done, congratulations. Thank you, everybody.
CSP Obonaya Emmanuel, DPO B Division. Put your hands together for him. Put your hands together. Celebrate this man. Celebrate this man. He's the best, the DPO of the year.
Well, accompanying the certificate is a sum of 200,000 naira cash.
Put your hands together. 200,000 naira. We appreciate you. Thank you. Get it. Thank you.
In all my parades, this guy is a great commander. And looking at his physique and his training, by the way, some of you don't know, I commanded a personal parade. No. It's important. Watch. I commanded a personal parade during my youth service. I was the best. My squad was squad 9, and I was elected to command the personal parade. So all this they do to me now, I just laugh and say, I've seen this thing before. I even did it, you know. My God, you know, so I thank you. So, Mokta, I believe this will motivate you to do more for the Nigerian police force and any place you call to serve. It's very important. And the sum is 200,000 naira.
Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Thank you. It's important. Hey, oh boy, why? Our time.
He commands most of my century parade, and is an excellent guy. I'm very delighted that he's being honored today for his contribution to the Nigerian Police Force. His sum is 150,000 naira.
He was conscious of our time.
This guy is special. He commanded the unit that discovered the killers of the Nemo PG. He went and captured the young boys, all of them, 4 of them. So this certificate is going with a sum of 500,000 naira.
Yes, no. But is it that clap and for 500,000? Yeah. The same thing when I clap for 150. One that I got slow motion.
This is the commander of Obiano. And this is the guy that destabilized the criminals there, that they normally come every evening from Asaba. This is the truth, and they've discovered that, you know, both for one chance and other criminal activities. They're working with the police in the other end, been able to curb that incident, you know. So I'm very happy to honor him. He's a great, no-nonsense guy. Sometimes I test him because Obiano is my flagship. If you do anything in Obiano, I sack you as a policeman. You know, so he has 500,000 naira.
500,000. Put your hands together for my own brother Uche Eze, detective.
Well, ASP, Mokolobi, Varistos, the best detective. It's not easy to do detective job. And that's why he looks like a fidelity banker. And I don't want to expose him more, but his price is 150,000 naira. Thank you.
Enterprise and innovation.
Well, she's been a very robust police officer, no nonsense, being a lady. I recall in 2017, when she raided a place by 3 a.m. with the late Okonkwo, the former commander of Ocha Brigade. And I saw her climb the ceiling, checking everything, cut the mattress. This is a great officer for the future for the Nigerian police. So I want to give her an outstanding head of unit enterprise and innovation. She's very innovative, you know, and to God be the glory. Congratulations. And the prize is 150,000 naira.
The next category of awards is for the Federal Road Safety Corps. Best Traffic Safety Officer of the Year.
I want to especially use this opportunity to commend the exceptional performance of the Nigerian road safety service here. Their overall boss is my very good friend, Boboye, and I call him Aburo, you know, and he's a great guy. He has given full support to Anambra here. And we have been supporting them, like you saw today. When they did clap for some other people, but when they saw FR's, Federal Road Safety Corps pass, there was a lot of uproar. That shows you that people appreciate what you're doing. So I want you guys to continue. We are putting traffic lights. You can see them all over appearing. We have them in 70 spots already. So as you drive, you see them. I they go back. Yes. So I want to appreciate the road safety for their good work, particularly this time of the season. And one of the challenges I'm giving you with the new special towing van we are bringing to you is to clear the roads of all disused vehicles that are parked there for a long time. Just take them away. And I encourage you not to allow any vehicle, no matter who owns it, that has bad tires, that can explode on the way or do one thing or the other. Don't allow them. Put them in your place.
Well, today's display by the governor remains a history-making event. For the first time, we have seen somebody who came out and prioritized his programs of governance. From the inception of this administration, the governor chose security, provision of security of lives and property as a #1 priority. Because once there is security, every other thing will be possible. It's like what it said, first secure the kingdom of God, every other thing will be added for you. If you have security, you are in a position to fast-track development in all spheres, because the absence of security will make any developmental effort meaningless. The governor started it in 2014, and people thought it was going to last for a while, but it has never relented. He was able to flush out this state of criminals that besieged the state before he became governor of this state. And even at a time when our people are already relaxed, that governor has achieved that feat of making Anambra State free and safe from activities of hoodlums. The governor has not rested on his oars. This second launching of Operation Kpochapu, this one is Operation Kpochapu 2. He had launched one. This one is a reinvigoration of his efforts towards making this state completely free from criminals. You can make a state free from criminals. If you don't sustain the effort, the criminals will return. So it's like somebody wanting to go to space. The rocket, when you launch it, as it is going up, other ones will flare up, continue to push it until it enters the outer space. So what he has done today is going to sustain security of lives and properties for a long time to come. If you look at the logistics displayed today, the IG of police was amazed and he expressed it. If all these vehicles patrol all the nooks and crannies of Anambra State with the digital sophisticated cameras, surveillance cameras that were also displayed, you see that the criminals have no hiding place. So it's pounding the environment, and everybody will become conscious of the presence of these gadgets. So it's not about trying to do something and run away. You may run for a while. These cameras may have recorded you, and they will track you and get you. So this state is no longer a safe haven for criminals, and we are very happy for that. One thing that befalls governance in Nigeria is failure to sustain good programs. The governor has demonstrated that even if he leaves office, security of lives and property in Anambra State will be there for a long time to come. But these equipments will be there. with the training of people who will man these gadgets, they will remain here, you know, and our people will continue to come first in this area. You can see that even when the country was challenged very seriously in 2018, there was no untoward event in Anambra State. At that time, I was at the Senate, and I was very proud to say at the Senate floor that Anambra State was the safest state in Nigeria. Nobody challenged that. So I commend the governor. This is somebody being focused and not wanting any distraction from that focus. So for security, anytime you mention it anywhere in Nigeria and beyond, Anambra State will come first. So we thank him for that.